I can go through each player and give you like a little rundown of and I will. But first off, man, they didn't have any of, except for Jordan James might have ran some routes. They didn't have any of the draft picks in 7-on-7s. It was just undrafted free agents and tryout guys.
Huh.
Interesting. That made me say, because it's never been like that before. Last year, Renardo Green was out there, Ricky Pearsall. I always would do a good, not so good from rookie minicamp. I don't even think it's worth it this time because it's like, do you want me to talk about Tariq Owens or some guy named Bob Birdquist or something? There was a skateboarder out there. No, I have a theory. I think the NFL, I think the Niners want to protect the players, the rookies, from me day one. They don't want the smoke. Now, maybe not just me, but like there's a lot of scrutiny. Yeah. And I think that Kyle's trying to protect him.
Okay.
Or he's just trying to take money out of my pocket. What do you think?
You know, I thought you and Kyle were pretty tight when you guys were hanging out golfing in Florida. But you know, that's something. Or he's just trying to protect their health because I don't think we can afford any of our defensive rookies to get hurt. We don't have a roster without them. So.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like I remember last year, rookie minicamp, Renardo Green got the best of Ricky Pearsall.
Yep.
And the whole story was, is Ricky Pearsall not good?
Yep.
And you had people being like, wait a second, we're overblowing 3 reps. And other people being like, well, I mean, he lost. And I think maybe they realize if you have a 7-on-7 with competition, someone's going to win and someone's going to lose. And if the loser is, I don't know, Jordan Watkins or Upton Stout or whoever, that's the story.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird, right? Because they're not like, because our high draft picks, you wouldn't even really necessarily notice much at 7-on-7s. So, yeah, that is weird.
I went back and looked. I've done good and got not so goods for rookie mini camps like 6 years in a row or 8 years in a row. And I'm not going to do it this year because it's like, I don't have anyone to talk about. Tanner Mordecai, not a rookie.
Was he good?
No.
Wait, did Curtis Rourke, did he participate?
He can't play. Okay, let's go through all the rookies. I'll go through all
yeah, doesn't he have like he has a torn ACL, right?
Yeah, something like that. He's recovering. So Michael Williams was there. Mm-hmm. He was in pads. He was in practice. He was like at practice as opposed to Shamar Stewart, who refuses to practice for the Bengals.
So glad we didn't grab him.
He was out there. He looks like a good teammate. Like these Georgia players, I see why the Eagles like them. They seem like they're really well coached and they want to practice and they do all the little things right. And they're freak athletes. In addition to that, like he looks like Aldon Smith, and just in terms of like what he looks like in his pads, he's huge. He's got really long arms. I have a feeling. I'm not going to say I have a feeling he's going to be good. I don't want to act like I'm a scout. And plus, the only way I judge these players is like when there's actual competition. I mean, he looked.
You know, someone's going to clip it too if you say, "Oh, he
looked good in his pads. He looks big, but he moved well. The whatever drills they were putting him through, he seemed like. He was a natural. I don't know. Seemed like had a good work ethic, good teammate. First impression. At least he was there.
Georgia knows how to scout defense, man. If they've proven anything, it's they breed NFL talent in the defensive area.
Especially yeah, they really do. And it's like he's supposed to have that high ankle sprain. He didn't seem injured to me. So he's out there. He's good. Meanwhile, Alfred Collins not practicing. He was there.
He's a big boy.
Dude is big. But when you're drafting a guy who's 6'6", 330 something, and he's got foot problems, it makes me nervous because it's like, man, he's big. There's a lot of G-forces on those feet.
Yeah.
So a little concerning, but I don't really know what's going on there. Don't want to make too much of it. I will say, like, do you remember Trent Brown?
Yeah, I do actually.
Okay, Trent Brown was their right tackle before McGlinchey.
Yeah.
They drafted him, I want to say 2016. He's a 7th round pick. But he ended up being really good and making a lot of money in the NFL. He's like 6'8", 360. Niners traded him because he didn't quite fit their system. Alfred Collins is his little cousin.
Huh.
And he looks like him. You can kind of tell he has the same head shape and the same body type. And the thing about Trent Brown is like when you saw him, you're just like, man, you don't really look like you're the most coordinated, fit guy. But then in like the one-on-ones in the actual game, it's like, oh, you don't lose. You're really quick and for your size. I feel like maybe that's going to be Alfred Collins too. Like he doesn't look like Javon Kinlaw looked like he had 10% body fat. He was a specimen. Mm-hmm. Collins isn't a specimen. He's super big.
He's big.
But I have a feeling he's going to be like Trent Brown, where he's like much more nimble than you'd think looking at him. PrizePicks is sponsoring the Cohn Zone this year. PrizePicks is the leader in daily fantasy and the best place to win cash while watching sports. And the best part about the app is it's really easy to use. To create a lineup, all you have to do is pick more or less on a few players' stats. I'm a Niners guy. So, when I'm doing PrizePicks, I'm looking, the last couple of years, I'm looking at Deebo Samuel because I know Deebo Samuel better than Deebo Samuel knows Deebo Samuel. So if it's like drops, I'm taking more. Or if it's like punches thrown towards his long snapper on the sideline during the fourth quarter of a game, the 49ers will go on to win. I'm smashing more because I know the 49ers and I'm a PrizePicks guy. Now, maybe they didn't have those exact plays, but they have so many plays that'll make your head spin. And you can play PrizePicks in over 40 states, including California and Texas. Best part about it is the new user offer. PrizePicks will give you $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. So win or lose, you'll get $50 just for playing. That sounds like a win to me. Use promo code COHN, COHN, to claim your $50 today. Tell them Grant sent you.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm really curious. I wish we knew if the Jets, if they protected their early round picks when maybe it's a Saleh thing. Like maybe he was like, oh, this is something we did in New York and we thought it was really good. Like, do you know if the Jets did their early rounders in rookie minicamp or if they kind of let them chill? Yeah, maybe it's because they have lingering stuff. Like you said, Michael Williams has his sprain and then Collins is his foot. Maybe they're just kind of taking it easy. Like, I don't know. That is really weird too. I mean,
it's May 9th. So Alfred Collins not practicing today. No big deal. It's just makes me a little nervous when we draft people who are injured, but we talked to him today. So he's going to be okay. Nick Martin, first look at Nick Martin. Maybe it's the number. They gave him 45.
I like
That's Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles' number. And he always looked so small to me. And I'm looking at Nick Martin. I'm like, you look like Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles. So hopefully they give him a new number because I don't think that one works for him. That's my main analysis.
That was also Devin White's number.
See, Devin White looked like a savage wearing 45.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Devin White's a lot bigger than Nick Martin.
All I've heard about this guy, Nick Brown, and watching his film from 2023 is this dude
Martin.
Or Nick Martin is like a hammer. Like that dude hits. So I don't know. I hope he's good, but I agree with you. I don't like people that are coming off injury. He's coming off injury. Collins coming off injury. Michael coming off injury. We got a lot for a team that deals with injuries so often, you'd think we'd be like, oh, let's stay away from injury.
Look, I'm not saying it's a bad pick. My first impression of him is he's wearing 45 and it's a bad number for him. My first impression of Dre Greenlaw, 2019, not in rookie minicamp, training camp. They do 11 on 11 and there's contact, but it's not full contact. It's not full. You're supposed to keep each other on their feet, but it's Greenlaw. And we don't know Greenlaw yet, but it's still Greenlaw. So they check the ball down. I think it was Jimmy to use check in the flat. And he's just kind of not jogging, but cruising over to the sideline, cruising. Greenlaw knocks him on his ass, sends him flying into the sideline. And it's like, you're not supposed to do that. But at the same time, you kind of are supposed to do that. And it's Greenlaw. So I think that was sort of him asserting himself. Like, I'm one of those dudes. I'm super violent. I'm really good. And I'd like to see Nick Martin have a Greenlaw. Like, if you're supposed to be Greenlaw, you kind of have to be playing on the edge. You got to be a little too violent. You got to be having those close calls right in the sideline that might be a 15-yard penalty.
I think you just liked it because it was Juice on the receiving end.
I didn't have anything against Juice in 2019.
I think you wanted to have it. You're like, come on, Nick. Take him out. I mean, dude, it's with Saleh again, so you can. I bet you Saleh would be jacked up if he did that too. He'd be like, "That's my starting linebacker right there."
Upton Stout, I saw him go through drills. He does. I mean, he's short, but he doesn't look. He certainly is stout. Oh, that was terrible. Okay, CJ West looks pretty explosive off the snap. He also looks pretty small. Stout also, but kind of small. Jordan Watkins is bigger than I expected. He's got big, thick legs, way bigger than Jacob Cowing.
His replacement right there.
Corey Kiner got work in the 7-on-7s. He caught 2 passes. He seems like a natural receiver. He's definitely an inch shorter than Jordan James, but he's big, like he's thicker, and he runs really hard. Jordan James looks like a natural receiver. They didn't throw him to him much in Oregon, but he was catching the ball easily today. Not in 7-on-7s, just warming up. Yeah, I do think he will. But I mean, it'd be nice to actually see him compete. Curtis Rourke took mental reps. I didn't watch Connor Colby, and Junior Bergen, he dropped a punt, but I mean, they all do.
Make this your best season yet with nutritious 2-minute meals from Factor. Eating well has never been this easy. Just heat up and enjoy, giving you more time to do what you want. Get outside instead of prepping and cooking indoors. Factor meals arrive fresh and ready to eat, perfect for any active lifestyle. With 45 weekly menu options, you can pick gourmet meals that fit your goals. Choose from Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, Keto, and more. Factor powers your day with satisfying breakfasts, on-the-go lunches, premium dinners, and guilt-free snacks and desserts. It's easy to savor more this spring. Factor meals factor in the flavor with none of the fuss. Get started at factormeals.com/Cohn50off and use code Cohn50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's Cohn50off at factormeals.com/Cohn50off for 50% off plus free shipping. So the guy who stood out, honestly, the biggest star of the day was the undrafted rookie wide receiver, the 6'4" dude, Isaiah Nayor. But that's just because they put him on the field in 7-on-7s. Maybe Jordan Watkins would have been way better. So it's basically him and Tariq Owens are the 2 best players on offense. Tanner Mordecai is the quarterback. They take a shot. Mordecai takes a shot to Tariq Owens' left, but he's on the left side, but he's covered, and it's intercepted by, I should know the guy's name and give him a shout out, but I don't. He's number 43 if you want to check out the numerical roster from the rookie minicamp. Safety. Sorry. Then they take another shot to the right later on. Nayor lines up in the slot, runs a fade to the right, and just smokes whatever undrafted rookie was covering him. The pass is out in front, too far. It's Tanner. Sorry, Tanner. But he still like catches up to it, extends, makes a fingertip catch, touchdown.
Jack Howell. That's who you're thinking of.
There it is. There it is. So he had an interception today. Good for him. Isaiah Nayor also had a touchdown, and I think like he's an interesting one.
You like him, eh?
I mean, he's 6'4", 220, runs a 4.4, and like on this team, if he were to be on the field, he'd be the guy that you're not thinking about. He'd be the 5th option.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, today he had a touchdown. So like usually the Niners' 5th option out there is like Juszczyk or Luke Farrell. No offense. This guy's got some real juice. Real juice. I kind of like I think he's someone legitimately to watch, Isaiah Nayor.
Do you think did Junior Bergen, did he participate in the 7-on-7s?
Not that I could see. Not one draft pick caught a ball. Yeah. Not one draft pick on defense played. Nick Martin didn't play. Upton Stout didn't play. Marcus Siegel didn't practice at all. Alfred Collins didn't practice at all. Curtis Rourke didn't practice at all. So of the 3 draft picks, of the 11 draft picks, 3 did not practice. And of the 6 undrafted free agents, 1 dude wasn't even there. Stone Blanton wasn't even there. I don't know who this Stone Blanton thinks he is, but if he thinks he can just waltz his way, no, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I'm cheating, but yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what I saw, dude. It was about 45 minutes.
You know who I want to make the roster is Kobe Savage because his name's Kobe.
Kobe Savage?
He's 25, a safety from Oregon.
I feel like 10 years ago when players came out, there were like 2 or 3 Shaqs or variations of it per draft. Shaquille's like,
oh yeah,
Shaquille Griffin. Or now it's just like there's 3 or 4 Kobe's every. But you know who you're never gonna see, and I think this has something to do with this. I think it speaks to his legacy. Have you ever met a LeBron other than LeBron?
Nope. But now I'm gonna name my next son LeBron. So.
I bet you won't.
I will.
If he really were the GOAT, there'd be 800 LeBrons walking around. But I've never met one.
You know who else I've never met? I've never met a Steph. So
sure. They're golfers.